I thought starting a YouTube channel would feel exciting, but most days it honestly feels confusing. I thought starting a YouTube channel would feel exciting, but most days it honestly feels confusing instead. You upload something you worked hard on, refresh YouTube Studio for hours, and watch absolutely nothing happen. A few weeks ago, I uploaded a video that got almost no impressions at all. I remember staring at the analytics page wondering whether the video was terrible or whether YouTube simply never tested it properly. That uncertainty is what makes YouTube brutal for small creators. Big channels get feedback instantly, but small channels mostly get silence and confusion. At first, I thought my thumbnails were the problem. Every upload became more crowded with graphs, arrows, percentages, and analytics trying to force people to click. The weird thing is that the thumbnails started looking more professional, while the videos somehow felt less interesting. They looked like generic YouTube guru content instead of real creator stories. So I started changing the direction completely. Simpler thumbnails, stronger emotional ideas, and titles based on real experiences instead of generic advice. One of the first things I noticed was how differently YouTube behaves when your channel is tiny. Sometimes a video gets tested immediately, and sometimes it sits completely dead for hours. That creates a really dangerous mindset when you're small. After every upload, you start trying to diagnose your entire channel from 5 impressions and 1 click. I realized I was becoming obsessed with analytics instead of storytelling. CTR, retention, browse traffic, and impressions slowly became more important to me than the actual viewer experience. Then something clicked while I was redesigning another thumbnail late at night. Most viewers do not care about YouTube analytics nearly as much as creators think they do. Viewers click because something feels emotionally interesting. Curiosity, tension, frustration, uncertainty, surprise, or conflict usually matter more than technical information. That completely changed how I started thinking about titles and thumbnails. Instead of explaining YouTube, I started trying to frame creator experiences emotionally. There's a huge difference between how to improve CTR and my video got ignored for 9 hours. One sounds educational, while the other sounds like a real story. Once I understood that, the channel suddenly started feeling more focused. The videos became less like tutorials and more like public creator experiments. That also made uploading feel much scarier. If the videos are based on real experiments, then the failures stay public too. Earlier, I would have quietly deleted weaker uploads and pretended they never happened. Now, I'm leaving everything visible because the failures are part of the story. Honestly, some of these uploads still perform terribly. A few videos barely move at all, even after redesigning thumbnails and rewriting titles multiple times. That stage messes with your head more than people realize. You start questioning whether the problem is your content, your packaging, or simply that nobody knows who you are yet. I think most small creators underestimate how psychological YouTube really is. The platform forces you to continue creating while receiving almost no positive reinforcement. Every upload becomes a weird emotional gamble. You can spend hours editing something only to watch it receive fewer views than a random Instagram story. That's probably why so many people quit early. The beginning of YouTube feels invisible for almost everyone. But most creators only talk about the stage after momentum finally arrives. You rarely see creators publicly documenting the awkward stage where they still have no idea whether the channel is actually working. That's the stage I'm in right now. And honestly, I think it's becoming the most interesting part of the channel. Because instead of pretending to be an expert, I'm documenting the confusion in real time. One upload gets search traffic but no browse traffic. Another upload gets impressions but terrible CTR. Another video sits dead before suddenly getting tested later. Every upload teaches me something slightly different about how attention actually works online. Not theoretically, but emotionally and practically in real time. The strange thing is that my newer thumbnails are objectively much simpler than my earlier ones. I used to think more information automatically created more value. Now, I think simplicity creates curiosity much faster. One emotional idea usually performs better than 5 technical ideas competing for attention at the same time. That's why my newer thumbnails focus on things like 0 impressions or dead video instead of complicated analytics explanations. The emotional idea becomes instantly clear. I also realized that viewers connect more strongly to vulnerability than expertise. Watching someone publicly figure something out is often more compelling than watching another polished tutorial. That shift completely changed how I think about this channel. I no longer want it to feel like another YouTube growth tips channel, competing with thousands of others. I want it to feel like viewers are watching a creator genuinely trying to escape the invisible phase while learning publicly. That feels much more emotionally real to me. The scary part is that I still have no guarantee any of this works. I could upload another 20 videos and still struggle to gain traction. That possibility is uncomfortable, but it also forces me to improve honestly. When the channel is tiny, you can't rely on an existing audience to carry weak ideas. You have to learn how to create genuine curiosity from nothing. And honestly, I think that's one of the hardest creative skills on the internet right now. Most people assume YouTube's success is mostly about editing or production quality. I'm starting to think emotional positioning matters far more than most creators realize. The packaging creates the first emotional reaction before anyone even watches the video. If that emotional reaction is weak, the video usually dies immediately. That's why I'm becoming obsessed with clarity instead of complexity. Cleaner thumbnails, stronger emotional hooks, and simpler story framing seem much more powerful already. Even though the channel is still tiny, it finally feels more focused than when I started. Earlier uploads felt random and disconnected from each other. Now the videos at least feel like chapters in the same ongoing experiment. Every upload builds on the previous lessons instead of restarting from zero. And honestly, I think that consistency matters more than most small creators expect. Not just uploading consistently, but emotionally positioning the channel consistently too. The more I study successful creator channels, the more I notice they usually create a very specific emotional identity. Viewers know exactly what feeling they're about to get. That's what I'm trying to slowly build now. Not a channel about YouTube strategy, but a channel about surviving the creator journey while learning publicly. Maybe this still completely fails. And honestly, that possibility is real. But if one of these uploads finally breaks through, I want to know exactly why it happened. Because right now, every failed upload is still teaching me something valuable. Even the weak videos are slowly sharpening my understanding of curiosity and attention. So for now, I'm continuing the experiment publicly instead of quietly quitting. Simpler thumbnails, stronger stories, and more honest creator frustration instead of fake guru confidence. And honestly, I think that invisible stage where nobody is watching yet might secretly be where creators develop their most important skills.